I'm here with the CEO of Continental Western Europe for Leo Burnett. This is Giorgio Brenna. And Giorgio, tonight the event is about the magic ride, the journey of creativity. So I ask you, what's been your magic ride or journey in your life that has taken you to where you are today?
There are many examples to explain. The recent one, it was to have this place ready. And it's something magic because it was very difficult to get an office space in Lausanne, and it was only a dream or a nightmare. It depends.
Depends how you look at it.
On having the office space ready for this date, July 14. And so it's magic that now everything is fine, everything is ready, and we have this wonderful art exposition that is helping us in the opening of the office. So I'm very happy for that. And let the ride begin.
I'm speaking with Mark Lee, the Global Business Planning Director for Leo Burnett. Mark, tonight's exhibition has a theme of the magic ride, which is all about the journey that we take to arrive where we are. What would you say your magic ride has been that's taken you to where you are today?
Oh, tough question. It's been a strange ride, I think, that's taken me to this place, because it's taken me across the world. I've been in Asia, I've been in the States, and it's not. I think I've always had a sort of sense of a destination, but never really a plan. And I think it's just evolved. And how good could it be to be here in Switzerland? This office is fantastic.
What do you think of tonight? Do you like the exhibition? Do you like the office?
Well, I love the office. That's also been a ride. That's been a few years in the making, and we're finally here, and we're sort of set up. So that's superb. The exhibition is lovely. I think it speaks for itself.
Leo Burnett's been very successful and continues to become more successful even despite world recession and other problems. Obviously a secret is a secret for success, but what would you say is one of Leo Burnett's secrets to, keep growing and keep becoming more successful?
Well, Leo Burnett always talks about creativity, and it has to be creativity. I think it's an increasingly difficult environment in which to differentiate. And one of the things I love about Leo Burnett is as people have sort of fragmented the way that they tend to look at communications, they've kind of lost the big idea, the big picture. And I think Leo Burnett is still very clear that big ideas travel. We talk about sort of a popular notion of an idea, and I think that's it. It's the focus on the big idea. It's brands that have purpose. It's recognized. You can see it. It's a visceral response when you see a great idea. So.
Do you think also you would say Leo Burnett has special relationships with its clients? I mean, it tends to have had its clients for a long time.
Right. Okay. I'm relatively new to Leo Burnett, so I'm about 2.5 years with Leo Burnett, and it's one of the things that I really noticed when I came here is the longevity of the relationship, the proximity, the sort of mutual understanding of business and the people, and really also I think a people culture that actually can sort of grows on both sides of the equation. So there's kind of a mutual sort of growth, and that it's rooted. And we talk about humankind, but it's a very, very human sort of culture. It's not like any other part of the industry that I've ever worked.
And what would you say was your impetus in your life that brought you into advertising?
What was the impetus that brought me into advertising? I think it was meeting some people in the back end of the 80s who seemed very interesting, kind of got me turned on to the whole idea of the business. It was a lot about ideas, kind of almost a fluidity of thinking. It was one day is not like the next. So for me, it's that sort of constant regeneration. I kind of like the pressure that goes with the business. It's not predictable. It's the sort of things that you either like it or you hate it, and you know, I love it.
You love it. What would you say is one of the goals of the Lausanne office?
Clearly, with our clients here, but also in line with almost the ambitions of Leo Burnett. It's to really be a sort of central global hub, get sort of creativity dead center of the equation, but also to be, I think what's really great about this environment and this space we've got is it's actually a place where we can have people sort of coming in and out, and we can create this almost sort of, if you like, it becomes global exchange through this office, this environment. So really, it's to sort of be at that kind of nexus of.
But also, I think it's another nice aspect to this office is we live in a global world with many different cultures, and this office is filled with people from all over the world.
That's very, very true, but that is also, as you say, that's absolutely about the exchange of ideas and perspectives, and as we work with global clients, this is what we need. I mean, it's interesting, we're just down the road from the UN. I mean, if we can create a kind of almost a micro UN within our office, then we can speak with knowledge and experience and first-hand experience to the world from here. So, and that is then augmented by, as I say, these people sort of traveling in and out, and so it's a real melting pot, I think. So
a lot of interchanging ideas.
Lots of that. I mean, and that's what makes it exciting. It keeps life rich, keeps life interesting, keeps the people here stimulated. So it's very exciting.
I'm here with one of tonight's artists, expressionist painter Umberto Pettinicchio. Sono qui stasera con Umberto Pettinicchio, un artista della sera. I wanted to ask you what your... Ok, certo. Ti volevo chiedere la tua ispirazione per questi quadri stasera.
Ma questo è un viaggio che dura da circa 50 anni,
Ok.
per cui è la conseguenza di tante mutazioni. Arrivo dall'espressionismo, poi si modifica in tanti anni in informale, poi diventa più simbolico, e poi sono arrivati queste cose dopo tanti viaggi in India. Queste ultime sono un po' sono come una danza,
Okay.
no? Nei nostri gesti. Se noi gli tiriamo via l'enfasi del racconto emozionale, diventano solo dei movimenti, sono come delle om, come delle preghiere. Ecco.
So tu dirai che questa è un'esibizione positiva nel senso del...
Sì, non ha più un rapporto di conflitti.
Ok,
No?
ha passato quello.
È una
ha
pagina
superato.
così, è una forma di meditazione. Insomma.
La tua ispirazione, dove prendi la tua ispirazione per fare i quadri, per il tuo lavoro?
Ma arriva a livello sottile. Quei segni, per esempio, prima erano dei gesti come delle ferite.
Sì.
Dopo, quando le motivazioni si sono allontanate, le motivazioni sulla problematica dell'uomo, sui conflitti, eccetera, e allora la pagina si è distesa e diventa qualcosa di più cosmico, di più spirituale, nel senso, cioè si rasserena la pagina. L'incubazione dura parecchio,
Ok.
no? Però nel momento in cui transita avviene abbastanza, poi dipende. Ho vissuto 5 anni in Spagna,
Ok.
ho fatto mostre in alcuni musei, un po' in Germania, e prevalentemente a Milano. Adesso sono in Brianza,
Ok.
un po' fuori Milano.
E oltre artisti che ti prendi ispirazione?
All'inizio gli amori erano Rembrandt, Shine Soutine,
Ok.
insomma, gli espressionisti
Ok.
che mi toccavano le corde erano questi qui.
E cosa, sei felice con la tua mostra stasera? Ti piace?
E sì, è ben impaginata.
Sì, è un bel lavoro.
Sì.
Comunque, grazie. Grazie.
Grazie a voi.
I'm speaking with Joe Lunn, who is the worldwide head of Philip Morris here at Leo Burnett. And tonight's theme of the evening is the magic ride. So for you, Joe, in your life, what has been your magic ride or the journey that brought you to where you are today?
Yeah, I mean, the ride that I started, 20 years ago at Leo Burnett, about 14 years ago on Philip Morris, and then 3 years ago moving from the U.S. to come to Switzerland to establish our European office and our European lead here in Switzerland. That's been a terrific ride. I feel like it finally comes back around full circle and becomes magic tonight as we open this office and finally establish ourselves permanently right down the street and on the same street as Philip Morris here in Lausanne. So that would be for me the magic ride.
We have so many different people from all over the world that are here tonight. Do you like the fact, I mean, is that something that you pride, that it's a very international staff of people that work here on the different clients?
Absolutely. I think the other thing is Switzerland is a very international country, and while I come from the U.S. originally, and we've got Brits here, we also have people from Romania, India, Japan, obviously Italy, and obviously Switzerland, where we want to source a lot of talent locally here. And that diversity and that sort of global view is why this is going to be the center where we can bring all of that together and share that with the markets.
Okay. Well, what would you say one of the goals is of the new office in Lausanne?
Yeah, I think the primary goal is obviously we want to get to brilliant ideas for this client. We want to do that in an atmosphere of collaboration and of a seamless partnership. And I think, again, what this office gives us is that opportunity to collaborate with them here. And then you've seen the space, so there's enough space here to bring the markets in and collaborate together and then send them out into the world. We can't always be traveling out to them, but this office gives us a great projection point for a lot of the work that we need to do with them.
And for a last question, if Leo Burnett were to have a secret, let's say, to its creativity or its success, not that everyone knows what a secret is, but what would you say one of Leo Burnett's special talents is for its great success worldwide?
I think one of the secrets, when you interview people here tonight, when I think about some of the people here tonight, I think of the longevity of relationships. And when you have that longevity, it comes from having absolute trust. And I think one of the things that makes this a special relationship and gives us the opportunity to kind of have that magic ingredient is we have absolute trust with this client, and we can do the work they ask us to do, and we can always bring something that we think is better or right. And that gives us a little bit extra edge, I think, over everybody else out there, because we can do work that they ask us to do, and we can do the work that we want to do, and often sell that as the way forward.
I'm here with world-famous photographer Steve McCurry, who is one of the stars of this evening. We have his photos here. And the idea of tonight, kind of the theme of the evening, is the magic ride. So for you, Steve, who's been all over the world, what would you say has been your magic ride to take you where you are today?
Well, for me, life and kind of the purpose of what I do is sort of a adventure of a discovery and exploration and kind of observing the world that we live in. So for me, I just love discovering new places. I think there's nothing more fun than to go to a new country and to discover the people and the food and the music. And I've done that for almost 35 years now. So I It's an honor to be here at Leo Burnett's headquarters in Lausanne. I've had a long relationship with Leo Burnett, and I'm happy to be here for the opening of this new headquarters.
Now you do, I mean, you're famous for your work in Afghanistan before the Russian invasion, and yet you're also famous for your commercial work. Do you enjoy both? I mean, do you have or for you, is it just really the capturing the image and that idea, or do you have a preference?
I think for me, photography is about literally wandering and observing. My first interest is really reportage and magazine photography, and just really recording the life that we live in. I think that getting lost in the moment on the street in a city or a village is great fun, and observing. I think photographers see things that other people don't. I think we can, where our eye is sort of trained to see things that are kind of hidden. And so to me, the most fun and the most rewarding and the most sort of is really just traveling and taking pictures, places like Burma, and seeing how a fisherman will fish in a very unique and special way, much different from, say, Europe or the US or wherever. So those differences, I mean, in some ways we all do the same things, but we do them in different ways. And that difference is what's fascinating about traveling around the world.
What do you look for? I mean, when you capture a subject, what interests you in somebody that makes you want to photograph them?
Well, you know, we all dress in a different way. To me, again, the fascinating thing is how we all want to look good. We all want to put our best foot forward, and we all have our own ideas of what that is. And it's when you go to a place like Tibet and you see these hats and the jewelry and the heavy makeup, for them, that's beauty. We have a different concept of beauty, but to see and compare how we all kind of see the world in a different way, although we all share this humanity. So this shared humanity fascinates me, but we all kind of celebrate life in a different way.
I've heard you say that one of your most interesting expeditions doing photos was the Gulf War, and you said the environmental carnage. What did you see with the oil? Was it just like massive destruction? I'm curious, because I didn't hear you elaborate on it, and I was curious what it was.
I think the most dramatic story I ever worked on was the Gulf War back in 1991. And what was so epic about it, it was like this enormous movie set. It was like a movie set of like the end of the world. Kuwait is kind of a modern society, so you had all of this modern infrastructure just trashed, and you had literally hundreds of oil wells on fire with untold number of people killed, animals, migratory birds, and camels and horses just running around. It was really an epic, profound experience, and probably one that I hope is never repeated again. But as a photographer, the visual richness was just unmatched.
Now, you've been to Afghanistan many, many times. Have you been back, let's say in the last 4 years? Where do you see Afghanistan going? I mean, do you think it's improving for its people, or is it spiraling out of control?
Well, yeah, I've been to Afghanistan about 30 times since 1979, so I really know it well. I really have a deep, I think, knowledge of the country. To me, the situation in Afghanistan is going to have to be sorted out by the Afghans themselves. I think that, the Russians, the British, there's been all these sort of foreign influences over the years, and in the end, it's going to have to be an Afghan solution. So I think that, in a way, the best thing that all the foreign powers involved, we can kind of step aside to some extent and let the Afghans sort this problem out for themselves.
Okay, so we're in Lausanne. Have you been to Lausanne before in Switzerland?
I've been to Switzerland several times. It's my first time here. I've been to St. Moritz and I've been to Geneva and Zurich, but this is my first time. It's absolutely gorgeous. I couldn't think of a better location to live or to work or to take a holiday. It's really, really spectacular.
And we're here at this is the inauguration of our new Leo Burnett office here in Lausanne. And what do you think of the office?
Oh, it's fabulous. We walked up the hill from the hotel. It's a beautiful kind of neighborhood, beautiful building. I think it's really a wonderful environment to work in. And you couldn't find a better location, a better city, a better country to live in.
It's been a great collaboration between Leo Burnett and you, so we're thrilled to have your exhibition, and we're thrilled to have you here tonight.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. I'm here with the CEO of Continental Western Europe for Leo Burnett. This is Giorgio Brenna. And Giorgio, tonight the event is about the magic ride, the journey of creativity. So I ask you, what's been your magic ride or journey in your life that has taken you to where you are today?
You know, there are many examples to explain. The recent one, it was to have this place ready. And something magic, because it was very difficult to get an office space in Lausanne. And it was only a dream or a nightmare, it depends.
Depends how you look at it.
On having the office space ready for this date. July 14. And so it's magic that now everything is fine, everything is ready, and we have this wonderful art exposition that is helping us in the opening of the office. So I'm very happy for that.
What would you say as some of your goals in Switzerland with Leo Burnett?
Well, we have to grow. You know, the goal is always to grow. You know, and I already told it in our board that we did here today, the worldwide board of Leo Burnett. You know, we have to grow in 3 pillars. We have to grow the revenues, we have to grow the creative reputation, and we have to grow the opportunities to change. And change is part of the magic ride.
Absolutely.
And that is absolutely fitting well with what we are doing here.
What would you, not that, when you have a secret, you generally don't tell it because it's a secret, but what would you say is one of Leo Burnett's secrets? Because it's been very successful for over 50 years. It's an amazing, incredible, historic agency.
The secret is the people. People is the real engine, the real fuel of our company. You have to have the right people, the right talents, the right chemistry, the right place, but the right place for the people. So the people is the key element.
And you would say that's probably because, you know, we're in an economy that's been difficult, but Leo Burnett has continued to do well. So would you say that's part of the success, obviously, that Leo Burnett is focused on constantly searching out creativity and the best in people?
Absolutely, yes. You know, we are number 4 in terms of ranking for the most creative network in the world, and we are growing.
Yes.
Our goal is to be number 1, obviously, but you know, we were not in the top 5. Now this year we are number 4 in Cannes. That was 2 weeks ago, and you know, this is you know, the creativity is our life, is our everything. And we have to sell the creativity, we have to eat creativity, we have to live in a creative way, we have to behave in a creative way. And so that's, you know, you have no chance, you know, creativity or none.
And that's the Leo Burnett philosophy. And you like the office, so you're happy with the space? You're thrilled with the way it looks?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. You know, I drawn the space, I choose the colors, I choose the sofa.
It's your baby, let's say.
And the carpet. Yes, it's my last baby. And so I'm pretty happy. And I'm very happy to have the art exposition to start the new life in the office.
And it's very fitting with this art exhibition being about the many different ways of arriving at your destination, because Leo Burnett has always been a company that has always had so many different options of doing something, never just one. So I think it's fitting that this exhibition is about all the many different ways of arriving where you want to arrive, and Leo Burnett has always practiced taking the road less traveled.
Yeah, you know, I never talk about destination. I always talk about journey.
Right.
You know, there is no destinations.
The journey continues.
Journey is changing, and again, changing is the key word, day by day, hour by hour, and the journey is life. And that is the seeds of the creativity. You know, be curious, be impatient, be ambitious, and that's the journey.